Greetings, my name is Tim Johnson. This is Recovery, Strength, Hope and Courage. It's been a while now since I've made a video. I'm not going to be making as many in the future because I really only want to share things when I feel like I've got something to say, really, because it's only a couple of weeks now until I reach a year of being clean, and it's been an amazing year, really, for me. Probably one of the best years of my life. If I take away things like my daughter's being born and my marriage to my wife, etc., this year has been life changing for me. And the reason I want to make this video today is just to share 5 daily things that I've brought into my life, 5 daily habits, if you like, or rituals that are bringing me a lot of happiness, a lot of peace, contentment, and success as well in my daily life and onwards. As you sort of get over the early stages of sobriety, the first sort of 3 or 4 months, which are hard, you think, well, how do I really want to live? Or this is what I was thinking: how do I want to live the rest of my life? You know, because it was a struggle. Those first 3 months are a bit of a battle, finding your feet and perhaps finding a new way to live because you've not been used to it. Such as myself, for 30 years, I relied on drugs and alcohol for everything, you know, to mask out all my feelings, to relax, to unwind, to be happy, to be sad, to, I don't know, just to cover up the person that I was. You know, I was just like I've always described it as being like a walking, sleeping corpse, basically. But I woke up when I stopped, and even at 56 years old, you know, when I stopped, I'm 57 now, but 56-year-old when I stopped, you know, you've still got a massive, you know, life ahead of you, and I had my girls and my wife to think about, and how do I want to live the rest of my life, you know, and it certainly wasn't the same way as I was living it before. So I was finding my feet those first 3 or 4 months, and as I say, that's always really difficult because you've got to learn how to fight certain cravings, and you're bringing new habits into your life, good habits and rituals that you repeat day in, day out. And this is the road to success. It's bringing good choices into your life. You know, whether that's diet, exercise, meditation, the people you meet, hobbies, new skills in your career, your parenting, whatever it is, you're bringing new things, good choices into your life on a daily basis, and repeating and repeating and repeating until those good choices become habitual. And this is what I was doing over those 3 months, and gradually the thoughts of alcohol and drugs sort of fade away into the background, and occasionally you still have thoughts and cravings associated. Well, they're not really cravings, though, they're associations with, for me, it's hot weather and a cold beer, you know, and things like that. And if something bad happens to you or something good happens to you, you know, your brain automatically jumps to that old default setting, which you recognize as you get further and further into sobriety, and just bang it to the back of your mind and recognize it for what it is and discount it, and it goes, and then they eventually become nothing. So and then I wanted to learn then what you know, a bit about myself and how to take it forward from here. Sort of after 3 months, 2-3 months. So I decided that, and I've said this in other videos, that I wanted to become the best version of me I could become. Basically, the best. I just wanted to do my best. All you can do is your best, isn't it? You know, and it's like the 4 agreements always says. You know, it says don't take things personally, never assume, and recognize the power of the word, and always do your best. And do your best is the most important to me, because that's all you can ever do. So I decided that whatever I took on, I would give it my best shot. So I took on a lot of good new habits regarding diet and exercise and all that stuff, and learned how to build them into my daily life so they became habitual. I learned how to put the 5-second rule into process. So if my mind was telling me I didn't want to do it, I overruled it and just did these things, you know. And if they were uncomfortable, I did them till they became comfortable and part of my daily existence. And then I just brought things gradually into my life, and I've brought sort of 5 golden daily rules which I want to share with you into my life. And I do these, like I say, I do these things on a daily basis without fail. And I found they brought me a peace and contentment that I've never known before, and also success in my relationships and in my life in general, and it's helping me grow as a person, become a better person. And the number one is gratitude and thankfulness. And on a daily basis now, this is the first thing I do in the morning. I write a gratitude list out, and it's really important to start the day. I feel in a positive mindset, if you like, and realize how thankful you are for everything in your life. Because as I've said this before, as addicts, we take things for granted, and we're selfish people, and we don't give a shit really, about gratefulness and thankfulness at all. We're just grateful and thankful to get a drug or a drink. So I brought this gratitude list. The first thing I do in the morning is write this list, and it's massive. You just don't realise, and it's everything from top of the list, always my wife and my girls, and it goes down to food and shelter and warmth and health, and the list goes on and on. You can go up to 50 things on it, or more. Whatever you feel grateful and thankful for that day. Honestly, I thank the universe for, that's just my own personal thing. I'm a great believer in the power, of the universe, and putting a good energy out into it and getting good energy back from it. That's my thing, whatever your thing is, it's God or Buddha or, or Allah or whatever it is, that's fine. And that's perfectly all right. Obviously, each to their own. My thing's the universe. So I'm grateful and thankful to the universe for all these things. It's the first thing I do every day, and it puts me in that positive mindset. Every day I set myself a task to try. Number two is to learn something new every day, which will benefit your growth or or self-development, or making you into a better person, a kinder person, a healthier person, um, happier person, whatever it is. Learn something, even if it's just one thing every day. That's perfectly all right, whatever it is. And we're really lucky these days, aren't we? Because we've got so many avenues open to us, just on YouTube alone, for self improvement, and it's free of charge. Just get in there and delve amongst it. And I've discovered, and I'm thankful and grateful for these people. A lot of people that I've discovered that I learn from every day. And Lewis Howes, the School of Greatness, Wim Hof, who I'll talk about shortly, JJ Virgin on diet, Jeff Berwick, who's a bit off the wall but has a brilliant message. Who else? Canoli, what's his name? Drew Canoli, and Fit Life TV, and things like this. They're fantastic avenues that you can learn so much, sort of mentally, physically, spiritually, but not just about that. Learning can be. I mean, I'm learning Spanish. It can be hobbies. It can be just new skills that you learn or want to pick up. You can join a club or anything. The scope is endless. But to try and learn something new, which will help you develop as a person every single day. It's really important. Just one thing. It doesn't take much time. None of this takes any time at all to do. But if you build them into your daily routines, you'll feel yourself growing as a person, and you'll feel a peace and contentment and a happiness that perhaps you've not felt before. Number three is to create something new every day, and I try to do this every single day. Well, I'm writing at the moment, and I write poetry and stuff like that. But I'm writing a novel at the moment, which is it's a frustrating thing, but it's and I've got no pretensions, like I said, about it getting anywhere. But it's a great thing to be creative on a daily basis and just get something down on paper, or create something, or build something. If you do DIY or paint, take up painting as a hobby. But if you can create a little something every day, a gardening, anything that'll help you build and create something new every day that you can look at and think, oh, I did that, gives you a great sense of, and it's really good for your brain, and all those chemicals, dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, it gets them all rushing and going. When you do something like that, you get a great self-satisfaction, self-achievement, sense of achievement out of it. Number four is to try and put something positive out into the universe every day. And help someone if you can every day, even if it's just a little bit, or give them a positive message, or put some happiness into someone's life, or give something back. I mean, I do volunteering on a weekly basis now, for the homeless, cooking and serving food for them. It's not a massive amount of my time, but that gives me a feeling that I am putting something back, and I talk to them, and perhaps give them some sort of positive message. But it's also about, you can put a little something positive out on even things like Facebook and stuff. Put a positive message out every day, and on the groups that we're all in, the private groups that we're all in, we can support and be positive and try and help someone every day. Or it could be something as simple as smile at someone, that's looking a bit sad, and smile at them. You'll find that they smile back, and that'll make them feel better. And you're putting a little bit of positivity into someone's day, and it's brilliant. And you also, it raises your vibration. It raises, it gives you a real feeling of positivity in your mind and body. So that's important. And then number 5, I ask myself 3 questions every single day, and I've got them written down. And I ask them several times a day. Just put them out there, and I don't think about them. I just put them out there, and they reckon that the answers come in silence. So you don't strain to get the answers to these questions. You wait for the answers to come to you from your subconscious mind, or from the universal world, God, or whatever you want to believe in. Like you ask these questions, and what the 3 questions are: how can I make myself better? How can I make my life better? Is number 1, and that, in whatever way that may be, it could be a small thing, but you don't even have to think about it. Just ask the question: how can I make my life better? How can I improve my life? Number 2, what are the possibilities? Within that, what are the possibilities within the things I want, to improve my life? And then number 3, what will it take to bring, whatever you wish for into your life? What will it take? And just think on these things several times a day. Just look at a piece of paper, you've got it written down. I do that. And you'll find that the great answers come to you, and they just come out of the blue sometimes when you're in the shower, when you're exercising, or when you've just got a quiet, peaceful, serene moment. The answers come to you, and just act on them. You get nowhere without acting. And I'll just wind it up now, because I don't want to go on forever about this thing, but there's a couple of things that I've learned along the way, and that I build, and also in my daily life. Many things are in my daily life now, but those 5 things are a core of something I do every day. And also, diet is something I do every day. And I don't want to harp on about this, because I know it's boring for a lot of people. But people say you are what you eat, but you're not just you are what you eat. You are what you eat. You are what you drink. You are what you breathe, and you are what you think. A little rhyme. But all those things, you create your own reality. What you put into your body is data. Basically, it's what makes your body and mind nourish and tick, and it's what gives you. If you put good things into your body, then good things. Your body will do good things, and your mind in particular. But you are what you eat, drink, breathe, and think. Just remember that. I've cut 7 foods out of my diet. My diet is clean protein, chicken, fish, but clean, organic. I call it clean protein only, but not a massive amount, but on a daily basis. 2/3 is green veg, and well, green leafy veg, and that type of thing. And the fruits that I eat, I've cut sugary fruits out. Blueberries and stuff like. All berries are brilliant and stuff like that. And then carbohydrate, but clean carbohydrate, such as whole food, whole grain. So if it's going to be carbohydrate, it's sweet potato, or brown rice, stuff like that. So that forms, and then obviously 2 to 3 liters of water a day, goes without saying. I've cut caffeine out my diet now. I don't have coffee anymore. I'm not asking, don't. I mean, that's just me. That's just my choice. And along the way, I've discovered that that's better for me. But I know, and I'm not saying caffeine's bad for you or anything. It just wasn't doing me any favors, because it was keeping me hyper. And sleep's very important. 8 hours sleep is probably the most important thing in your life for everything, for your mind, body, weight loss, everything. So the 7 foods I've cut out of my diet are, and this was advice I got from JJ Virgin. Look on YouTube. You know, this is all scientifically researched from about 1 million people, documented, that we're intolerant to, and it's affecting our mood, causing depression, causing cancers, illnesses of all sorts, energy, fatigue, um, you name it. These things are causing it. So I've cut them out, and I feel great for it. Honestly, energy, mood, you name it. You know, is 100% improved because of these things. Gluten, all forms of gluten. So you can look all this up. I'm not going to go into what you need to look up, but you know, look all these things up. Gluten, soy, any soy product and soy, corn, any corn product, peanuts, peanuts, yeah, believe it or not, peanuts, dairy, all dairy, eggs, or you know, dairy eggs probably go together. Dairy eggs, sugar in all forms, and artificial sweeteners in all forms. Cut those 7 things out, and your life definitely will improve. If you want to reintroduce one at a time back, if you really love them and can't do without them, then that's fine. But then you'll see if you start to suffer again from the things you were, and that's pain as well, you know, and inflammation in your body and all these things. And you'll probably have cravings for a few days when you cut these things out, but that's good because that's just the immune system in the body looking for them to fight. And that'll happen for a few days, and then it'll just go. It's like alcohol and drug cravings. So give that a whirl. You will feel 100% better, I guarantee it. Finally, the end of this video, Wim Hof. I've discovered Wim Hof, and I've built his routine into my daily life, and it is mind-blowing, let me tell you. And millions of people are discovering this. Look him up on YouTube, look at the testimonials, look at the scientific evidence. This man was thought to be a freak of nature, superhuman. He's my age. He holds 26 world records, which are all superhuman sort of things, and he climbed Everest in his shorts, freezing temperatures up to the death zone. He climbed Kilimanjaro in 2 days instead of 7, defying the altitude sickness in his shorts, just shorts. He swims under the ice for record amounts of distances. He was submerged in ice for 2 hours, but his core body temperature with a rectal thermometer, etc., but it didn't change. He has learned to control his mind-body connection, control his immune system, his autonomic immune system, which was thought to be impossible, his autonomic nervous system, his endocrine system, his hypothalamus, his internal temperatures he can control, obviously, with the ice things. And he's discovered the 3 ways to do this are mind-body connection and daily breathing exercises. I'm not going to go into that here. You need to look it all up. I'm doing it daily. I've done it for the last 3 weeks, and I feel incredible. And my performance levels and endurance levels, moods, and everything else has increased again. Like I can't tell you, it's amazing. But it's a breathing method. It's exposure to cold on a daily basis, and you'll look for the reasons of this. And it's also a mindset, which is a focus and a belief, basically, that these things are happening to you, and are just, you're not imagining them, but you're not. And again, look at the testimonials. It's incredible, and this man is incredible. We've got 24 subjects. 12 people learnt the Wim Hof method over 4 days. 12 people didn't, including Wim Hof himself, and they injected them under laboratory conditions with E. coli virus, all of them. This is documented, look this up. And 12 of them got, the 12 that weren't doing the Wim Hof method got very badly sick immediately, after a day later. The 12 that were doing the Wim Hof method and Wim Hof himself showed no symptoms at all, which is a freak of science. And and the scientists, are having to admit now that yes, there's something in it. He's got control of his immune system somehow. He's found this method, and it's amazing. And I will just pass that on to you as my gift for today, if you like. Look him up and give it a whirl. and you have to do it on a daily basis. But the results are, the results happen in a day. You notice the difference. So give it a go. Anyway, that's it from me. I hope this has been some use to you and in your journey in sobriety. And I'll make a video in a couple of weeks, probably on my year anniversary, to explain how my life has changed. But my life is can't even be. I'm definitely not the person I was almost 12 months ago. I am. I hate to use the word reborn because it's a cliche, but it is. It feels like that. It feels like I am. I've learnt to be a different person and rebuilt myself, if you like, over this last year. And I'm not saying it's easy because it does take determination, dedication, perseverance. You have to keep going until all these things become habitual. But life does become fantastic, and all those of you who are in withdrawal or is still in addiction or in early recovery, push towards this, because a year ago I was rotting in a room, dying, after 30 odd years of this shit. So, like I've said before, if I can achieve this in 12 months, the way I'm feeling now, then you can too. It just takes that effort and perseverance. So give it a go, guys. And if you're struggling, please just hold on, because it does get better. It gets better every single day. But you've got to search for it. You've got to hunt for it. You've got to change, and you've got to fight. So carpe diem. Seize the day. Much love to you all. I'll speak to you soon. Bye now.